I was in the smithy. I was smithing, doing what I always do. I was actually down in the bottom, working on steel forging and stuff. I was refilling the forges, and I was transferring some steel that I had just finished processing down to our vault. We have a temporary vault where we store all of our valuables and until they can go to the main vault. When I was down there, Metal came running down and he grabbed a set of armor and a weapon and said, "We're being attacked." And so I went up there and I see him and two other people that were armored fighting. And so I obviously back up my supposed ally. He's in my faction. I'm gonna trust him when he says we're being attacked. I go up there and I put my armor on and I attempt to help fight them off. When we downed one of them, though, I wanted to pick them up and bring them in alive for capture, interrogation, try to figure out what was going on. But when I picked them up, he just sprinted off. And until later dates, when we were actually reported that it was a attempted murder, that is when I found out that that it was not an actual attack. And I've tried to get in contact with the people that the event happened with to apologize on my behalf of swinging at them, but I mean, in my opinion, like I couldn't have done much else in that situation. Unfortunately, I do not. The only records that I have had the only accounts of me having any contact with them were the initial me picking them up. I had wanted to go over there, and I had actually talked to Bo about it. I asked him if I could go over there and try to find them and apologize, and his exact words were, "I recommend you don't go over there right now until we sort everything out." So I refrained from going over there, I refrained from contacting people, I didn't want to escalate a situation. I will say, at this point, I do hold grudges, and I will not apologize because of the actions they took afterwards. I do feel bad about my initial swinging first without asking questions, but I did think that they were just attacking. But after the actual attack that they did with like 6 people, I won't apologize to anyone that is a part of Norfolk. There was some sort of misunderstanding on both parts. I have known Metal for quite a while. We have done smithing together, and I don't believe he's the type of person to just swing at someone without good reason. I do hope that we do come to the conclusion, and I hope that it was just some sort of misunderstanding. I am part of Bastion Steel, personally. I am not sure, I can't speak on Metal's behalf, because we do have 3 factions that live within our walls. I am part of Bastion. I do know that I have friends that are in all sorts of other factions, though. I have a little bit. I actually haven't seen Metal much around the smithy. I personally haven't been around the smithy quite a bit either, though, lately. I've had some personal projects that I've been working on. I honestly have been getting a bit burnt out and decided that I was going to start working on my own house and further depthing the random supply of clothing that I've been acquiring. I was actually trying to learn cooking at one point. So, I haven't spent a ton of time in the smithy. I helped out a bit with our armor endeavors. I didn't see Metal in there during that time. I've seen him pop in every now and then for a little bit, but not a ton. Pertinent to the investigation. I will say I think Bastion was too soft on Norfolk on the situation that came out of it. Um, I do believe that we should have came down harder on them, seeing as they attacked us without warning, under the guise of attacking some supposed rot cult that up until this point no one had actually heard of. They hadn't done anything. There had been some whispers of a cult forming, but they hadn't actually done anything detrimental. And they came in without questioning anyone and just bombed our city and attacked random people. Correct. They they came in. They were yelling about bombing the rot cult and destroying the rot cult. They bombed part of our land, and then they attacked our leader Bo and killed one of our members, Sky. Yes, all of them, all three. Bastion Steel Scholars and the Masons. Yes, specifically the city of Bastion Steel. We do have other members in the Northern Alliance that stretch farther than just these walls, but specifically this city was attacked, and it did not matter which faction you were a part of. In the days coming out of that, Norfolk actually attacked and tried to kill random passerbys that came just to do trade. They would come in and they would try to attack random people that were by themselves without knowing what affiliation they had. Yes. Yes. With everything that happened, and knowing Metal previously, I am under the mind that Norfolk was the aggressors in the initial situation, and that they have continuously, from that point on, have tried to attack us at random points, and they would go for people who were alone and weak. Unfortunately, I am illiterate and do not have the greatest of drawing skills, so I don't have drawings or any physical proof. But I know that you could ask anybody in Bastion. Not very many people know about the original event because Bo has been trying to do proper investigations and doesn't want there to be a ton of misinformation. But if you ask any random people about the actions of Norfolk that came out of the event, I guarantee you that you could talk to any of them and get an unbiased view on the fact that we were attacked for no good reason.
Sir Keck, anything else you would like to add on to?
I think that will be all. Thank you for your testimony.
I think I'm said my piece, and I think we have some information we can work with.
Do you have a smelling salt?
Yes.
Thank you once again.
Yes, of course. I honestly I do hope that we can clear this up because I would love for one, Metal's name to be cleared, and two, that justice be brought to the people who properly did this. Even if that is Metal, I do want justice to be brought.
Yes, and please do remember our private detective agency, Ket and Yar.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I will remember you guys. I appreciate you guys trying to do this.
Of course.
Of course. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, we will go interview Metality now, if he is still around.